videos, students. Keep the videos on. Erin online. Vishruth, Erin. Comment. Quick, quick. Vishruth, Erin. Okay, see, just close your textbook, students. I'll be teaching the basics from here. And you'll see the screen, all of you. Okay, look here. Statistics. Just ignore all this. Statistics, take this part. What a statistic is the branch of mathematics that concerns with how the information is present on information. What do you mean by information, students? Your information meaning data or number. For in mathematics, information meaning data or number. So basically, statistics is how you arrange the numbers, how we collect, arrange, and present in an order. Okay? We collect the numbers and present it in order. In order is what you call statistics. Right? Basically, we study the numbers. So what kind of numbers? We study the numbers. Right? So what kind of yes, Erin, turn on the video. Vishnu, Erin, is it on? Is Vishnu online? Okay. Keep it on, Erin. Erin and Ronan. Mute the calls too. Yeah, mute the calls. Okay. So basically, we collect the numbers, present it in order. I'll tell you what kind of order, and we study those numbers. Fine. For example, look here. For example, they've given certain numbers here. Just ignore all this. Marks. So marks of Ashok is 2. Mehta, Beena, they've given certain numbers. These are known as data, set of data. So what are these? Aren't they numbers? 2, 8, 9, 7, 6. These are number students. So we have to arrange them in order. Next, what is variable? Whatever keeps the value keeps increasing. For example, wage. Wage is a salary. So salary of a person, height of students, rainfall, all this keeps increasing. Your marks, okay, it keeps increasing or decreasing. Right? Marks keep increasing or decreasing. So whichever keeps increasing, we call it as variable, which is not constant. Right? Example, your name. Do you keep changing your name? No, this is a constant. Whichever doesn't change, this is a constant. But we don't consider constants here. So that's the reason they told numbers. Numbers will keep on varying. Okay. Numbers. Example for tens. Is Joven, can you see the screen? Why are you late? Okay, look at the screen. You've started new chapter. Example, your roll number, students. You think your roll number keeps changing? No, for this year, for ninth. No. So that is a constant. Yes, it doesn't change. For this year, it's the same. It doesn't change. But what about your marks? It does change. All those are known as variable. Variable meaning is which keeps changing. Vary. Okay. In that we have two types. Example, look at variable meaning is height, weight, age. They're not fixed. They keep on increasing or decreasing. First thing, continuous variable. Continuous variable meaning is it includes even decimal. Fine. So today your weight might be 52.5 kg, and tomorrow it can be 65. I mean 50. After 1 week it can be 57.5, or it can decrease to 49.3. Can you see it as decimal? right? So this is known as continuous variable. It keeps continuing students. Decimal values are known as continuous variable. Next we have discrete variable. Discrete or discontinuous. This will not have decimal. It has only whole numbers. For example, your age, not age, number of subjects you'll have in ninth. How many subjects you'll have? Around 11? You can't tell 11.5 subjects. Can we tell 11.5? No. So basically in numbers, there are two types. One is whole number, I mean, natural numbers. No, no, that is types of numbers. Here for this statistics, natural numbers and decimal. So whichever has continuous value, like I mean, discontinuous value meaning 1, 2, 3, it doesn't have decimal. Basically, discontinuous will not have decimal. Okay. So how many students have joined? How many students are currently there in this class? 5 students? 6. You can't tell 5, 5.5, 6 or 6.5. The number of students present now at present is, we call it as discrete variable. Clear? Next. Is this clear? You all understood what is statistics, variable, continuous, discontinuous. Next, the main concept is data. Data are nothing but information or numbers. See, data can be anything, students. Data is basically information. Okay. In mathematics, information is nothing but numbers. Okay. In other subjects, data can be different. For example, if I take your school's data, your teacher's name, principal name, student's name, those are not numbers. Yes, those are not numbers. Those are constants. Okay, but here for this subject, data meaning is numbers, information. So let us consider max subject. Max out of 100 marks in your class, there are, let me say, like 13 students. No, okay, let me take 13 or 15 students. Okay, so out of 100, one student has scored 52. Other students have scored 89, 20, 12, 90, 100. Okay, next 20. How many students? I'll take 10 students. 55, again 70, another score and score 90. See, these numbers are known as raw data. Okay, what does these numbers tell? What are they telling? What did I tell you? These are marks of how many students? Yes, marks of 10 students. Isn't it giving information? Isn't it giving marks of 10 students? Yeah. So this is known as raw data, students. Raw data. So what do you mean by raw data here? Raw meaning which one? It is discrete variable. Okay, it is discrete. Discrete is discontinuous, right? Mostly will be study. I mean, discontinuous and continuous. We'll study both, but here it is discontinuous. That is secondary. Whatever numbers you get, students, these are data. Data meaning information, and this gives information about marks of 10 students. Why do we call raw data in the sense? Is it arranged in order, ascending or descending? No. This is the actual information. For example, in the 10 students, randomly I ask them, okay, these are the random numbers. If I arrange them in order, ascending order, 12 comes first, then look, what are the numbers? 52, then we have 55. 70 is present how many times? 3 times. Then 89, 90, 95 and 100. Isn't it arranged in order? Right? This is known as array data or arranged data. Just array data or yes, or we just call array students. Array of data. Array meaning is it should be either arranged in ascending order or descending order. Is it clear? It is what you call array. So which one looks neat? I mean, easy to understand. The first or second one? Second one? Okay. In second one, Now if I ask you how many students have got 70, 3 students. Okay, if I tell the passing mark is 50, or let me take passing mark is 60. Okay, this is passing mark. How many students have failed? 3 students have failed, right? How many students have scored above 90 or above 90? 3 students. So if you arrange in order, isn't it easy to study? If I ask questions, are you able to answer? That is known as statistics. So what is basically statistics, students? It is a collection of number arranged in an order. Yes, arranging in order, and we study about it. Okay, this is just one part. There's lot of other things, right? So remember this. It can be arranged in ascending order or descending order, but mostly we prefer ascending order, right? So first you, whatever information you get, that is known as raw data. Once you arrange them in ascending order, that is known as array. And when you study about that, when you analyze and study, that is what you call statistics. Is this clear? In this, there are two types: discrete variables, continuous and discontinuous. Okay, whichever has decimal is known as continuous, which doesn't have decimal is known as discontinuous. So you don't have to write all this. Okay, write the important point: what is continuous and discontinuous. So the first thing was, what is raw data? We studied what is. I'll show you in textbooks. You don't write any notes. You can just go through the textbook later. See page 247. Go through what is variable, or if you understood, just ignore continuous variable. What do you mean by continuous, students? Continuous will have decimal. See, just remember like this. After 5, what do we get after 5? 5.1, right? 5 point. This is known as continuous. If I write 5 and directly if I go to 6, 7, this is known as discontinuous. And can you see what raw and array data? Right? Growth. If you just read the textbook, you'll understand. Textbook, everything is given. Arranged in ascending or descending. Can you see they've arranged in ascending and descending? Okay. This is known as raw data, and it we mostly prefer arranging in ascending order. Array data. Next, tabulation of data. Now, which one looks simplified, students? This now we arranged. Okay, we have arranged. This is known as arrayed data. Okay, and this arrayed data, if you arrange it like this looks even more simplified, right? So tabular representation, we call this as tabular. That is nothing but table. Whenever you write the data in table, it's known as tabulation of data or tabular representation. See here, tabulation. So from here it is very easy. If I ask you how many girls does family B have? 3 girls. Isn't it easy? Then if they ask you a question, what's the total number of boys in all 3 families? Total number of boys, 8. What's the total number of or total number of people present in all the families? 50. Aren't we studying getting some information out of it? This is known as statistics. So basically you arrange your data and you study related to that is known as statistics. And remember, statistics. In statistics, for mathematics, when you study these numbers, it should be plural. S. Okay. If it is only statistic, that is a different subject. So in mathematics, we call statistics. S should be included. Next, frequency. What do you mean by frequent, students? Frequent. Regularly or more than that. See, regularly is not the exact word. Frequency meaning number of times something is present, right? Yeah. Number of times something is present more. Repeated, or basically can we call repeated? Frequent is, see how frequent you attend tuition. or how frequent they conduct. Okay, how frequent you'll go to a place. That means number of times, repeated activities or repeated numbers. Okay, look, how many times does a particular data appear? Or just remember repeats. 1, 2, 0. See, this is known as, is it arranged in order? No. This is known as raw data, students. If I arrange in ascending order, tell me the value. 0. How many times 1 is present? 3. Next 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4 and 5. This is known as array data. In this, tell me how many times 1 is present. 3. How many times 2 is present? 4 times. Yeah, these are known as frequency. Okay, is this clear? Yeah, frequency is number of times a value is repeated. 3 is present 2 times, 4 is present 1 time, 5 is present 1, 0 is present 1. So if you learn like this, it is not organized student. Okay, we got to understand the numbers and how many times it is repeated, but this is not the way. You have to represent in terms of table. So what I'll do is I'll write numbers and frequency together. Okay, numbers and frequency. So 0 I'll take once, 1 I'll take once, okay, I'll take 2, I'll take 3, all the numbers once. Just write all the numbers once, 4 and 5. How many times 0 is present? 1 time. How many times 1? 3, 4, 2, 1 and 1. Doesn't this table look even more simplified? If I ask you a question, how many times 2 is present? 4 times. So we don't need to write the table like this, students. See, I don't need to write the table 0, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5. It doesn't look good, right? Does it look simplified? No, it doesn't look simplified. This looks simplified. The reason is we are including frequency, that is number of times 0 is present. So in order to reduce the space, there's a concept called frequency. You can just write it in the next column. So this looks even more simplified. And whenever you write it in table, what do you call this? You call tabulation. And along with the number, what else is added here? Frequency, right? So we are tabulating the frequency. Okay, tabulating frequency. And we have distributed in the sense we have arranged in, we are organized. We are organized. We have not taken the entire value. We have just taken the main numbers, present ones. So this kind of table is known as frequency distribution table. What do you call this? Yes, frequency distribution table. So don't memorize anything, understand and study. Frequency is number of times something is present. When you distribute it in table, we call it as frequency distribution table. Look, can you see frequency table is given? That is what they've explained here. And tally marks, I'll tell you what tally marks is. Look, these are the raw data, students. I mean, not raw data. Are they raw data or arranged data? No, they're raw data, right? No, it's not arranged. See, 4, 3, 5, is it arranged in order? No, it's a raw data. So, all the questions, it doesn't mean you have to arrange it. If they ask you to arrange, you arrange. Unless and until they ask, don't arrange. You can just directly start with frequency distribution table. But if you arrange in ascending order, it is even more easy to simplify. So this is raw data. Okay, it is raw, it is not arranged. And if they ask you to construct a frequency distribution table, see here, have they written all the numbers once? Yes, I'll tell you what is tally mark. And what are these numbers represent? What are these? No, no, what kind of values? Two size. Of how many students? Yeah, pupil. No, yeah, 19 students or 19 people. Yes. So this is the shoe size of 19 students. Okay. Next, what are the different shoe sizes given? 3, 4. 6. That's it, right? So whatever you're writing, students, these numbers, just like that, you can't write numbers here. Okay, you can't write numbers because what they mentioned. What are these numbers indicating? Shoe size, right? Yes, you can either write shoe size or just write size. Next, how many times 3 is present? 4 times. How many times 4 is present? 3 times. So what does this indicate? The number of people or student whose shoe size is 5. How much is it? 4. This is known as frequency distribution table. In between frequency and size, can you see tally marks? Hmm. Tally marks is just like line, students. You don't represent a number. Yeah, you just write lines. Okay. Now shoe size 3. How many times shoe size 3 is present? 4, right? So tally marks. In between, you should write tally marks. And this tally marks is used for computer purpose. Or just ignore. Just remember, you have to write tally marks. If there are 4, you have to draw 4 lines. How many lines? 4. If there are 3, like this. But if there are 5 lines, can you see the shoe size 6? Yes. So I'll tell you for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. The fifth one should be a strike like this. So how much does it become now? 5, right? 5, 6, 7, 8. Understood? This is how you write tally marks. Is Erin online? Why Erin is not responding? Till now, do you all have any doubts, students? So all of you understood what is frequency, frequency table, tally marks, how to write. And one more thing, this entire total, how many students are here? Or how many people? 9. And frequency, when you add all the frequency numbers, the total should be 19. Are we getting 19? Which means our values are correct. We didn't miss out any numbers. That is how you check. And your total, you should write down 19. So that is what they've explained here. You can just ignore all this. See stroke, tally marks, column, frequency. Just ignore all this. Okay. Next, grouped frequency distribution. In frequency distribution, there are two types. One is normal frequency distribution, and the other one is grouped frequency. This is normal frequency distribution. Yes. Tell them to rejoin. Okay. Tell them to rejoin. Okay. Next, group frequency, students. See, group frequency is 3, 4, 5. There are more types of numbers or less type in the shoe size. There are only 4 types of numbers, right? How many types of numbers are here? Shoe size. Only 4 types of shoe size are there. If there are more number of shoe sizes, students, see more number of shoe size like this. You can't keep writing size 1, size 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Doesn't the table look too long? 10. That's what. That is known as grouping. I can't write 11, 12, 13. Even if the numbers are present, doesn't it look too long if I write it like this? So what we can do is we can group it, students. Grouping in the sense, I'll take 1 to 5 as one group. Let me put 1 to 5 here. Second group, I'll take 6 to 10. What will be the third group? Yes, 11 to 15. Fourth group will be 16. Okay, these are the 4 group, students. Did you understand how to group it? I'll tell you that. I'll tell you step by step. Only then you'll understand. Ronnie. So this is known as grouping. 5, 5. Okay, it should be in order. See, you can't take 1 to 5 and you can't take 6 to 12. Again, you can't take 13 to 19. Is it in order? What is the difference between 1 to 5? 5. 6 to 12, we have 6. 13 to 9, okay, I'll take 13 to 7. It has 4 difference, right? This is not the way to arrange it, students. You're not supposed to arrange. It should be in order. Okay. I'll tell you all this. We call class interval, class marks, difference. I'll explain the later part. For now, did you all understand how to group it? In grouping, there are two types. Okay. One type of grouping is known as continuous. Continuous meaning 1 to 5. I'll take 1 to 5, 5 to 10. After 10, I'll repeat it. 10 to 15. After that, 15 to. Can you see the difference between these two? What is the difference? No, no, no. What's the difference between these two? After 5, we have 6 here, but here the value is repeating, right? Continuous. This is known as continuous grouping. But in your textbook, what's the name? Marks. Inclusive and exclusive, not continuous. Inclusive and exclusive. Okay, see, this is how you group it, students. Can you see the way they've grouped these numbers? Page 250. Yes, we call it as continuous and it is not mentioned there. We call continuous and discontinuous. Let me take 11 to 15, 16 to 20. See, after 5, if 5 is repeating, 10 is repeating, 15. What do we call this as? Continuous. After 5, we have 6. Is it continuous or discontinued, right? We call it discontinuous. Okay. Discontinuous grouped data. In this, there is inclusive and exclusive. That's the next concept. Okay, so grouping is done. In grouping, there are two. They'll group it two times. Two types. There are two types of grouping. Okay, next. See, for this you have to understand this table. If you'll compare both the table, so what's the least number starting, students? 1. Look at the above table. 1. After that, do we have 2? No, we don't have 2. What about 3? There's no 3. 1 and there's no. There are a lot of numbers. 7, 9. Can you see 2? Right. So I'll mark. Yes. What's the highest number, students? 1 is the lowest. Highest number? Highest is 40. Right. So even in grouping, just like that, you can't group random numbers. You can't take one. See, if I take 1 to 5, after that 6 to 10, 11 to 15, 16 to 20, 21 to 25, 26 to 30. Doesn't it becoming lengthy? Isn't it? Doesn't it become too long? To make it more simplified, can I take 1 to 10, 11 to 20, 21 to 30, 31 to 40? Which table looks short? Yes, the second one looks short and simple, right? Okay. So there are two types to do. 1 minute. There are two types. One, they'll tell you to arrange in order. Okay. See, they'll give it like this. Can you see? We call this as class interval. What do you mean by class interval? Class interval is nothing but the difference between 1 to 10. How many values are there? 10? Yeah. From 11 to 20, you'll have 10. From 21 to 30, 10. Everything will have same interval. This is known as class interval. Clear? Class interval. In class interval, this 31 is known as lower limit. And this 40 is known as upper limit. No, yes, higher level or upper limit. See, all the left hand side. 21 is known as what? Lower limit. 1, 11, everything is known as lower limit. All the right hand side part is known as upper limit. And both put together, we call it as class interval, meaning the value should be same. 1 to 10, 11 to 20, 21 to 30. That is what they mention class interval. Is this clear? So even that you have to keep it organized, students. Now imagine there are more numbers. What is the highest number we had here? 40, right? Imagine the highest number was 150, which means you have 150, 130. So if I take 1 to 10, 11 to 20, doesn't it become too long? Instead of that, can I take 1 to 20, 21 to 40, right? 41 to 60, 61 to 80, or let me keep up to 100. 81 to 100. This is up to 100 students. If you have 200 or if you have 225, then what kind of numbers you take? 1 to 50, 51 to 100, right? 101 to 150. I'll tell you. If it has 225 students, 225, it comes under which one? 151, 151 to 200. After that, 201 to it. No, not 225. Class interval meaning it should be the same. Difference should be the same. I should take 250. It doesn't matter 225 or 240. Anyways, it's going to come in this value, right? Yeah, it's going to fall under 201 and 250. But it doesn't mean you have to take 201 to 225. If you write it like this, it's wrong. That is known as class interval. Class interval will not be the same, right? That is what you call class interval, students. Is this clear? Understood the difference? What is upper limit, lower limit, class interval, how to write it in order? The thing is, everything is given in textbook. But as a student, if someone explains, it is very easy to understand. If not, it is tough. Statistics will be tough. Next, look at these two. If I write 1 to 10, first tally marks. What do you mean by tally marks? How many numbers are there total? So if 1 to 10 is given, 11 to 20, 21 to 30, 31 to 40. See, ignore this calculation. I'll tell you later. Now, if I take 1 to 10, after 10 there is 11. Is it continuous or discontinuous? This 10 is continued. So what do you call? Discontinuous. These are known as discontinuous. So what you do here is, if it is discontinuous, students, when it comes to frequency, see, understand this part is the important part. The difference, what I'm going to teach now, this is where most of the students make mistake. See, if it is discontinuous, we call it as inclusive. What do you call? Inclusive. Meaning of inclusive is we include 1 to 10 in the same way, in the same column, 1 to 10. Tell me all the values, how many times, all the values from 1 to 10. 0, 2, 7, 9, what else? 3. Anything else present? Can you see one more 3? How many numbers, students, total? No. Total how much I've circled? What are the numbers which falls from 1 to 10? 6. Frequency is 6, right? See, that is what. See, tally marks for now you just don't mind. Because if you know frequency, tally marks is easy to write. Just ignore tally marks for now. 6. Okay. Example, I'll take 10 here. 10. If 10 was written here, then what will be the frequency? 6 or 7? 10 is another number, right? So that you have to include here itself. 1 also should be included, even 10 also should be included. So what will be the frequency? Frequency would be 7. Now tell me all the numbers from 11 to 20. Wait, let me circle it. Just look at the students. Tell me all the numbers from 11 to. You should include both, Vishnu. 11 and 20 also should be included here as well. 11, let me take 12, 18 next. 19, 13, 12, 13. Anything else? 50, right? Total how many values? 8 values. Even you, let me take 20 here. Even if 20 is given, you have to include up to 20, right? 11 to 20. So it would have been 8 or 9. 9. See, let me add some numbers here, students. Let me add some numbers. I'll add 10, I'll add 21, okay, and 31. Next, tell me all the values from 21 to 30. 6 will become, for which one? Yeah, 6 will be 7. Okay, 6 will be 7. Don't look at this. Don't look at this. Tell me 21 to 30. 29, then there is 30. 35 is 35 comes in the next one, right? Okay, what are the other numbers? 25, 22, 27. That's it. And I've included some numbers. So total 12. So if I take even 30 students, so it becomes 13. Okay. So the meaning of inclusive is you have to include 21 and 30 all together. From 21 all the numbers up to 30. Is it clear? This is known as inclusive. Next is if I write it like this: 1 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40. Is this continuous or discontinuous? It is continuous. 10, 20 is getting continued, right? Continuous. And continuous we call it as exclusive. What's the other name for continuous? Exclusive. What do you mean by inclusive, students? Inclusive is what? No, no. Inclusive. Include. The meaning of inclusive or include is we need to include even this 10 as well. If 10 was present, we include even 10. If 20 was present, where do we include? In the same second column. Clear? But here there's a confusion. See here. Here there's a confusion. Where will you include 10? In the first column or second column? Isn't that confused? Hmm? For example, if I include 10 year students, let me write 7 numbers. If the same 10 if I include here, isn't it getting repeated? 10 is getting repeated twice. Yeah. So if 10 is getting repeated, students, in continuous form we call exclusive. Meaning of exclusive is from 1 to 10, don't write 10 here. You have to just write 1 to 9. Which number are we excluding? 10. And what's the name I told you? Upper limit or lower limit? Right answer. For class interval, whichever comes on right hand side, it is known as upper limit, right? So for exclusive, all the upper limits you should exclude, students. See, 10 you shouldn't include here, but 10 should be included where? In the second column. Okay. In the second column, you should include what are the numbers from 10 to 90. And which one you have to exclude? 20. Okay, you shouldn't count 20 here. Where will you write 20 number? If 20 is present, you have to include in which one? Yes, 20 to 29. Can you see? We are excluding all the upper limits, 30 to 39. And here you should include 40 to 49. Okay, you might have a doubt. What if there is 50? For that, you have to create another interval. You have to write 50 to 60. And here you have to include which one? 50 to 59. Are we excluding all the upper limits? Are we excluding? And what's the reason why are we excluding? If you don't exclude, the numbers will get repeated, right? Not equal. Numbers will increase, right? We are repeating the values. 50 will get repeated twice, students. See, 50 will get repeated year and year. What about 40? 40 will also get repeated. So their datas are wrong. The information what you're writing is wrong because you're repeating the numbers. That's the reason we call exclusive. What do you mean by exclusive? You have to exclude. Yeah, you shouldn't include. And what are the numbers you have to exclude? Lower limit or upper limit? Upper limit values. Is this clear? Okay, that is what they've mentioned here. Now, 1 to 10 is what? Is this continuous or discontinuous? This table. Continuous or discontinuous? By looking at this, you have to identify. Is it continuous or discontinuous? This values. Isn't it discontinuous? Discontinuous. In discontinuous, can you see the word I? I, students. Then it is, remember like this. Remember, it is what? Inclusive. So if it is inclusive, what do you mean by inclusive? You have to include, right? Include meaning 1 to 10, everything should be written in the same column. Yes. And one more thing, practically 10 is written here. Do you think 10 will get repeated in the second column? No. So that is known as inclusive or discontinuous. Now look at the next table. Can you see the way they have written? Continuous or discontinuous? Look at the values. Isn't it continuous here? 30, 30, 40, and repeated, right? Isn't it repeated? Okay, we call continuous. If it is continuous, if it is discontinuous, we call inclusive. If it is continuous, we call exclusive. What do you mean by exclusive? Which one you have to ignore? Upper limit. No, upper limit. So 10 to 20 is given. In 10 to 20, what are the numbers you have to include? Only 10 to 19. Now let us count. See, actual number is, let me circle. Tell me all the numbers from 10 to 20. 19, no, not 19. 10 to 20 students. 16, 17, 18, 19, right? I'll do one thing. I'll take even 20 here. 20, I'll take even 30. Okay, 16, 17, 18. Yeah, 16, 17, 19. So should I include 4 or only, I mean, include all 5 or only 4? Should I include even 20 here? No, only 4. Now, where will I include the 20 students? See, 20 should be included. It should be written in where? In the second column, right? Yes. Then we can include this 20, this 22, 21. Next, 24, 25, 26, 28, 29, 27, 29. Okay, 29. Can you see there is 30? Should I include 30 here or only up to 29? Only up to 29. Right? Is this clear? Did you understand? So what students see, what students do is, what they do mistake here. Exclusive, they'll include if even 30 over here. See, if I include 30 here, actually what's the answer here? What's the answer? 9. But see, let us include even 30 now. Or 24. What's the time? Okay, another 1 minute. 24, 25, 22, 21, 23, 20, 21, 26, 28, 29. I'll include even 30 here. 30, 27, 27. Okay, now count the number, students. How many numbers I have circled? Isn't it 10? It's 10. Okay, I'll tell you the difference now. Now let me take 30 to 40. Imagine I've taken off, by mistake I've written 10, I've included 30 here. Then I'll take this value 5. And from 40 to 50, how many values are there? There are 6. No, I've written already. Total how many students are there? Look at top, how many students? 24. if you add, do you think you'll get 24 or 25 here? Yeah, you won't get 24. Look at it. 6 plus 4, 10. 10 plus 10 is 20, 25. Does it, is it same? No. Why, what is the mistake, students? Why isn't it same? Yeah, we included 30. That was a mistake, right? We included 30. It should have actually been 9 here. This is known as exclusive form. Understood? All of you understood the difference? What is inclusive, exclusive? Okay. So that is what they've explained up to which page? Page number 250. See, they've explained. Can you see inclusive? Okay, here they've given it. Can you see inclusive, exclusive? So page 250. Anyways, you won't understand. So even if you read, you won't understand. Okay. Yes, Joven, are you talking to anyone or who's on phone? Nobody. Oh, who was left? Fine. Is this clear? All of you understood? Remaining will continue tomorrow. See, there's a lot to study. Can you see class interval and limits, upper limit, lower limit? They are given. All this I'll explain tomorrow. It's a very lengthy concept. Okay, but it's easy. In between, if you skip any 1 or 2 points, it's going to be tough. Clear? So, what are the things we studied? Just a quick recap. From the beginning, we studied raw data, and if you arrange, you call it as arranged data, right? After you arrange it, you also call, yes, frequency table, frequency distribution, yes, frequency distribution or frequency tabulation. Then in frequency there are two types. I mean, you group it, right? Yeah, we group it. In grouping there are two types, continuous and, yes. Continuous meaning is, in discontinuous, inclusive. In discontinuous, remember the second alphabet I. So what you have to write? Inclusive. If it is continuous, it is exclusive. Okay. So as of now, we have studied. These are the concepts we have completed. There are another 5 or 6 concepts. We'll continue tomorrow. Huh? Okay, that's it, students. Attend tomorrow. You all can leave. That's it for today.